What's going on YouTube? Back with another video. Today I got my 7.4 big. I haven't been posting a lot of videos in general. Actually, I haven't posted in a minute just because I knew the patch was going to be coming out and I knew the game would change. So I didn't want to post my builds or any builds and the game would immediately change. I didn't want to have nobody wasting money if they did make a build or had any thoughts and then the game completely changed. So I wanted to see what they updated first. So since the patch is out, I'm just going to go through all my builds pretty much, all in separate videos. This one's going to be my 7.4 big. Show you what I would change, what I would do differently, how I use him, and then I'll show you guys the cat breaker screen and my badges and everything. Just run down to 6 real quick. So we'll get into that after I finish the intro. I love spreading the word. So from Psalm 34, 19 and 20, a righteous man may have many troubles, but the Lord delivers him from them all. He protects all his bones, not one of them will be broken. So that was Psalm chapter 34, verse 19 and 20. So we know that anybody, righteous or unrighteous, wicked, pure, whatever, however you want to put it, all of us humans are going to have troubles on earth. It's guaranteed. It's just how it is ever since the fall. It's promised, like it's already written that though you're a follower of Christ, though you try your best to live a holy life, it doesn't mean you're going to have a trouble-free life. There's always going to be something that goes through it, but God is always there to help you get through that. So whatever you're facing, it may be something that you're facing so that you have to learn something. God may be preparing you for something. God may deliver you from it immediately, or he may be trying to teach you something and prepare you for what he has in store for you later. So at the end of the day, our deliverance because of Jesus is secure. So we know that if we are to die now, then we go to be with Christ. So there's nothing that Satan can do to us to steal us away from God's love, not even suffering death, because he beat that. So that's just my thoughts on the verse of the day. So go ahead and get into this video now. Alright, so we're going to go, I said it's my 7.4 big, so I went 7.4. Went with the shortest wingspan too at 7.4. I originally had him at max wingspan because I wanted just a 7.4 that just had high block, but I ended up going shortest wingspan for the shooting aspect. I'm not one of those 7.4s that just shoot over people. That's kind of just weird to me and boring, so I don't play like that. But I went minimum weight because at 7.4, you want to be as fast as possible, to be honest. You don't need to be that fat. So I always go max out my speed in a gym. Honestly, all his vitals off rip. Honestly, I put my strength down to 79. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. And then vert, I kept at a 73. So with my 7.4, my main thing I wanted was a 99 block because you needed to jump contest everything. So to get the best jump contest, I made all these builds pre-patch, by the way. So, but they're still usable post-patch. So I went with a 94 and I'm gonna put 5 cat breakers there. And then let me pull this up for you guys. So Paint Patroller, I wanted to have that on Legend when I get that. So what you need to do is have an 89 interior for that, just because people do slash, like very little people do slash, but that Paint Patroller is kind of like your intimidator. So I kind of did want that. Steel, I maxed it out. I couldn't get the 60. It only goes to 53. I think I ended up actually bringing it down more because I had to at a 51, and then Parim I maxed out at a 62 for immovable, just to have it on, just to get those few bumps here and there. Then here comes the tricky part. So standing dunk, I moved to an 85. I do plan on putting 5 cat breakers later down the line on that to get it to the 90. So that's going to be that. And then what we did after that was I moved my post control to an 87. That gave me some decent post badges too. I didn't know how the post work would be, but that gives you post up poet gold. Driving dunk, I moved to 73. That's posterizer on bronze, and that's also the max that you can get. I left the layup there, but I think it did come up by moving up my close shot to an 84, which I moved for the paint prodigy just on silver. You always just want to find those sweet spots just for badges. And then D board, I moved up to an 85, maxed that out. That gives you that gold box out beast. And then O board, I only have that an 80. The way rebound is this year is honestly, if you're underneath the rim and somebody's running in for a rebound, you're not going to get the board over them. Whoever has more speed running into the rebound usually gets it. So I still get a good amount of boards, and people knock down shot after shot this year anyway with the pure green window. So I wouldn't say rebound is really too essential. So with this build, obviously, I'm just using them for 5s. So Proving Ground and Rec really, mainly Rec, but people really don't miss shots. I'm red plate, so I'm playing with people just knocking down 30 footers like it's nothing. So you're perfectly fine here as long as you got a running start. That's pretty much all you need. And then pass sack, I moved to an 87. That gives you break starter on gold. So I moved all that up right here. And then here is where we get tricky. So we've got a little bit of juice left. And then what I did was I moved my midi to an 80, right? We're gonna move our mid-range to an 80. That gives us that post fade phenom on gold. So I do shoot post fades. I like this post hook move. The go-to shot. I forget whose it is. I think it's Zupac's. I like his. And then I move my free throw up to a 73 just in case I do get fouled down low. And then my 3-ball I moved up to a 69. And that should max everything out if I'm correct. Yes, it does. So that's the build right there. So now you're wondering why did I put it at a 69? And that's where we get into the part about the cap breaker. So let me head to my actual build. All right, so this is the build, and as you can see, so 69, that puts your cap breakers up to an 89, and you can get gold set shot with the 89 3-ball. Honestly, I put it to an 87 because I shoot perfectly fine with the 87. You can honestly try the 83, but I did 87 just because I was like, I'm gonna max it out, and then I was like, I'm shooting perfectly fine because I only had 4 cap breakers at that point. So I was like, okay, let me just put the cap breakers up here, and then I'll just see how I shooting perfectly fine. And I was like, I'm just gonna leave it right here. I don't really need the gold set shot is what I'm trying to get across. If you feel like you need it and then you want to max +2 it too and just get it to legend, go for it. That's all your personal preference, but I'm probably gonna end up leaving it here. Like I said, this 99 block is really what I want. I ended up choosing finishing specialization, and I have not grinded it, so I've kind of just been stuck with no extra cap breaker. So I don't have my specialization cap breaker. So I have, let's see, where am I at? Just so you guys can see, rep rewards. I have my cap breaker from rookie 5, and I have the starter. Wait, what? Let me get 2 here. Am I tripping? So you get 1 and 2. So I have those 2 cap breakers. I have 1 crew cap breaker right now, 2 crew cap breakers, so that's 4. And then I also have, wherever it's at, I did my 2 lifetimes, so that's 6 cap breakers I have. And my math is just terribly off, so I have another cap breaker from somewhere that I cannot remember where I got it. Oh, season 1. So those are the 7 cap breakers. I'm gonna finish off my block. That's all beside the point. I'm gonna finish off my block. My 2 specialization are going on standing dunk, and then I'm gonna finish off my standing dunk to get it to the 90. That's the elite contact dunks, big man. And then after that, I'm gonna put 1 on strength because that gives you crasher takeover, which I do want. I didn't realize the 79 strength. So if you want that takeover, you can put it right there. But this build's really good for 5s. 7-4, you can pretty much do everything. I like shooting this little post hook shot, the go-to, just so you guys can see the badges that I have. But you can't see it because the season just changed, so I guess that's besides the point. You guys can put anything wherever you had it at. Specialization, like I said, I chose finishing. You can choose defense, shooting, whatever you do. I personally am done grinding these. I only did defense, and then I'm finishing, and then I'm done. I'm not doing no more. That's just too much of a grind for me personally, but you guys bang out what you want to. So I'm rocking the Jimmy Pass style. And then these are all the SIGs. I really don't feel like naming all of them. Most important one I would say that I do the most is none of these, because as a big in the rec with red plates, you're just setting screens, you're spacing out in the corner, no dipping, and you're just cleaning up. I like this post go-to shot though. I would say motion style. Santiago Dom is the fastest one for bigs right now. And then that's pretty much all you really need. I like this Zubac post hook. If I can find the clip, I'll show you guys that, just so you guys can see the jump shot I'm rocking. You guys can choose whichever one you like. I like Mike Musala's base because I don't like high arcing releases with my bigs for some reason. I really don't. So I only have a C- release height. I know if you go with an A+, you can just shoot over people. So you guys can do that if you want to. But here's the release speed and blending and everything. So that's that. And then here is all the dunks I'm using. So you guys can see that. Hangs off 1, reverses off 1, big man tomahawks. Got all these I can get. Amari Stoudemire and Shaq, and then all these lobs. So that's what I'm rocking on this build. And then, yeah, that's pretty much the whole build. Let me just see something. Yeah, so I think this is the play I was talking about with the Zubac go-to. You're not going to see the actual hook shot, but I like it because it gives you this little running shot. and then you can pretty much just pump fake out of it. The clock was running down right here, so I already hit like 2 of those go-to shots, maybe one or two. So once I did this, they both jump. Clock's running low. I can just do an up and under. It's a pretty cheesy move, but that's just something I like to do right there. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole build. I think I showed you guys everything. If you guys want more builds, which you're getting, because I'm about to record 2 other build videos, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll get to any comments that you guys got. I'll catch you on the next one.